Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sydney Lee, your favorite licensed esthetician. As you can see by that title below, today I'm going to be telling you guys how I started my business, how to open up an esthetician suite, what forms you need, all the documentation, and the things that I kind of struggle with, becoming a business owner. If you guys want to hear more on my journey and my process of opening my business, then like, comment, and subscribe, and keep on watching. First things first, guys, before you even think about opening your business, I do recommend, if you're fresh out of school, to kind of get some experience and start off at a spa or a med spa, things like that. I know before I opened my business, I did work at a med spa here in Atlanta, and I did obtain my laser practitioner license because I knew when I graduated school and got my license that I did want to, whatever I did, I wanted to be in medical aesthetics. So I knew I was interested in like microneedling and lasers and things like that, chemical peels, seeing actual changes in the skin. So before you open a business, first things first, you want to know what you're interested in. You want to actually figure out your menu first, what services you want to offer and what treatments you want to provide. Also, you want to kind of budget in your products and back bar, and are you going to sell products? Are you going to be able to provide retail and post-treatment, whether it's waxing, whether it's skincare, whether it's lashes? You do need to be able to provide post-care for at home, and then also your back bar and things like that for day-to-day services. Especially me, I decided that I wanted to stay strictly skincare only, so I don't do any waxing, makeup, or lash extensions anymore. I did when I was mobile, so I did start off mobile first, and then I got a job at a med spa while I was still being mobile on the side, doing facials and lashes and things like that. And then I kind of decided, hey, I want to just kind of convert strictly over to skincare only. I knew what brands I wanted to kind of start off with, and I knew starting a business, I needed to start off with a brand that was affordable for me and my clients, but also I wanted to have good results with that. So I did start off with Image Skincare at first, and then once I got in my business, I did decide to kind of go in with a little more high active ingredient lines. So right now I am carrying Face Reality Glymed Plus, and I will be carrying DMK for for home care really soon. So I definitely will be offering those. Right now for the chemical peels, I do use Glymed Plus, their TCA, and I do use their berry pigment peel for the level 2 peels. So I definitely recommend you trying to figure out what service you want to offer first, and then also getting that experience. Those are the top 2 things I recommend first. And then once you receive at least, whether it's 6 months, a year, any experience, and just kind of get the feel of working for someone. Because I know when I was working at the med spa, I was an esthetician and I did front desk, so I was able to see how to book appointments, how to do confirmation calls, what policy for no call, no shows, things like that, because that's really important. Also, cleaning, sanitation, how to properly clean certain things, being able to, help a client. Like, what if a client has a reaction or things like that? You kind of want to have that experience so you'll know how to handle those situations once you're on your own. Because I know in here, I'm just a solo esthetician. It's just me. So I am the front desk. I am the marketing. I am the manager. I am the retail sales. I'm all of the above. So I post all my pictures and videos on my own. I don't have any help. I did start my business July of 2020. That's when I legally started my business. So I did start off mobile after school while working at a med spa here in Atlanta. I did do lash extensions and makeup as well. I love it. It's just very time consuming, and I fell in love with more into skincare, and I saw great results with my clients who were booking facials and treatments. So I kind of wanted to just transition over to just that. And maybe one day I might want to bring that back onto my menu. So I did name my business King of Gems Aesthetics for a reason. Aesthetics with the A, so that is medical aesthetics. I also left that name there just in case aesthetics mean anything that's aesthetic. So it could be waxing, lash extensions, makeup, facials, skincare, all of the above. But right now, as of right now, I'm just a skincare clinic only, and I love it. I did start off first deciding, do I want to be an LLC do I want to be a sole proprietor, looking up things like that. What documents do I need to start a business? So that's what I did first. I did decide that I wanted to be an LLC because I knew that an LLC meant that I was protected separate from myself. So Sydney Lee is Sydney, I'm a person, and then King of Gem Aesthetics is a business, is separate. So if, you know, God forbid something was to happen and someone needed to sue me or there was an issue, they would sue King of Gem Aesthetics and not Sydney Lee. So you can be a LLC, a limited liability company, as a solo esthetician, a one-person LLC. The only difference is if you're by yourself, you do file your tax documents as a sole proprietor. It'll still be filed as the same thing. You just have that cushion of legal support. Basically, that's what the LLC is for. If you see yourself becoming something bigger, I definitely recommend starting off with an LLC first. I know with the LLC you are required to have an EIN, and that is the employment identification number, and that's like the number they use for you to start your business accounts, for you to be able to rent a space. Also, the EIN is used for, it's kind of like your business social security number, so you can actually apply for certain loans and grants under that number and not your personal social security number. You can also build business credit and things like that. So I do recommend LLCs over sole proprietor. And if you have a partnership and there's more than one of you guys, then you can look more into that. Go to your state's website and just kind of look at what each one is, and that's what I did, and I made my decision based off that. And then once you decide that you want to do your LLC, you will go to your state's website. I know here in Georgia it is the sos.gov, and I'll link that website below. You will go on there and you will apply for your articles of organization. So you would go on that website and come up with a name for your business, and then you would enter that name and search it and make sure no one in the state has that name, and then you would apply for it. I know here in Georgia, once you decide you want to be an LLC, you will go onto your state's website, and I'll link that below, and you will go on there and you would click on articles of organization and search your name and make sure that no one has it. And once the name is cleared and you don't see that anyone has that name in your state, then you will go ahead and apply and as a registered agent and register your business. And then that typically is $100. And then what will happen is you'll get a certificate of organization in your email stating that your business is now legally able to be open. So I did that first. I went on and got my business license once I came up with my name, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do and go on my own. I did come up with that first, and then once I got my LLC, I did go to the IRS website, and I'll link that below too, and I applied for my EIN. So the EIN, like I said, is the employment identification number. I did apply for that as well. It's a 9-digit number, and I used that to start up my business and actually use that to open my business bank account. And I did start my account with Duns Bradstreet, which is short for DNB. You'll get a DNB number. That is how you start your business credit. So that's really important, I feel like, for a start of a business. So you want to step one, LLC, pick your corporation, LLC, partnership, however you want to do your business as, and then apply for your EIN through your IRS website, and then you would open up your business bank account and things like that. I knew for a fact that I would be selling products, so I did go ahead and go on the IRS website and apply for my sales and use tax permit, so I'm able to resell products and charge tax on it and things like that. I currently pay my taxes quarterly, which is every 3 months. You can do monthly, quarterly, or annually, which is yearly. It's up to you. Right now, I am a startup business. This is my first year, so I'm not making 6 figures, so I don't have to do it so often. So me doing my taxes quarterly or monthly is not bad for starting off a business, to kind of stay and get used to getting yourself in a habit of paying your taxes and things like that, because you do have to pay 2 taxes, your self-employed tax, and then you do have to pay your taxes on like your Medicare, like if you were working for someone, your state taxes. So you definitely have to pay both of those. And then once you got all of your documentation in for that, then you can look for your space. So I had all my documents prior to finding my space, because you don't have to have an actual physical address to open a business account, to start a business, things like that. You can be mobile first, and that's what I was. I was mobile and working at a med spa, so that's fine. Once I knew that's what I wanted to do, I did start looking on a website called LoopNet, and I'll link that below, for certain spaces. I knew I wanted to get an office space or commercial space that was affordable, but I knew I did not want a space in a salon suite because they're too expensive. Like, I feel like they're overpriced. I'm sorry, I just don't like salon suites because they charge weekly, and you know, starting off on a business, you might have good weeks, you might have slow weeks, and you want to be able to just pay that monthly rate at the end of the month. So that's what I chose to do. So I came across my space on LoopNet, and my room is about 200 square feet, and I knew that was perfect for me starting off. So I found a place that I loved. It was literally a plain blank empty office space room. I had to paint and customize my whole room. I will link my esthetician room tour below. You can see how I transformed my room, where I got all my products and my wallpaper and things like that from. But this room was completely, like, it was like a baby blue office room. It was not decorative, it was plain. So that's the only thing I say as far as costing. You want to kind of budget, because you want to make sure you know, you're going to need your paint, and are you going to put wallpaper up? Are you going to get a new bed? Because I know I was mobile, so I knew I had to transition and purchase a bed that was going to be more comfortable for my clients in a spa instead of that mobile bed. So it was things that I had to kind of budget out, like my products, my Acuity, things like what scheduling app I wanted to use. So I currently use Acuity scheduling for my clients, and they charge $25 a month, and you can book your clients. It sends them a text and an email. You can do that, or you can make your own website. That's what I'm kind of in the process of doing, transitioning over to making a new website. But I'm learning as I go. Like I said, my business been officially open in July of 2020 was when I legally opened up my business. I moved in my office space suite. I moved in here October of 2020, so I've literally been in here for about 7 months. I'm coming up on my year anniversary in July as a business owner, and I'm super excited, and I'm just grateful, and I love that I'm doing something that I love to do. I don't regret anything. It is a lot. You do have to stay patient and stay focused and be motivated, because you're gonna have your days like, why am I not busy? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm posting on Instagram and Facebook. I'm posting on YouTube. I'm really trying to stay active on YouTube, because I'm still in shock of, like, I'm at 400 subscribers, and I just started my channel like 2 months ago. So I'm still in shock, because I didn't think it was gonna even grow this fast, and I'm so grateful. And I will be posting twice a week. I know I said that the last video, but I promise, guys, I will. It's just, you know, I've been busy, and my clientele has been, you know, building up, and thank God, and I'm grateful, and I'm humble. And if you guys have any questions about anything, you can always comment or follow my social media at KingofGems_aesthetics with an A, and DM me. I'll answer any questions. I came up with my name from my son. My son, he's 5. His name is King. So I knew I wanted to have something that reminded me of him, and I knew I wanted to kind of start a legacy for him. So I knew King. I put King of Gems. I knew I wanted something glamorous. I knew I wanted, like, you see my chandelier here. I knew I wanted something. I knew my colors. I knew I wanted to do the teal, the white, and the silver. I knew I wanted to be glamorous, but also I wanted to be kind of subtle, where men and women felt comfortable coming in. So I just came up with King of Gem Aesthetics, and it just sounded good to me, and that's where I went from there as far as my name. And then once I opened up, like I said, my bank account and things like that, I was good to go legally. You know, I applied also for my salon license. That's very important. Go to the cosmetology board of your state and apply for a salon license. I know here in Georgia it's $75, and I'll link that below too. I got that license as well, because you want to have that salon license so state board or anything like that can come and, you know, check things out, and you'll be inspected and things like that, because you want to have that, because technically you're not a shop or a salon without that salon license. And I know that this is just my startup room, and that eventually I do want to expand and get a retail space, something around like 1,500 square feet, and hire a front desk and maybe hire a couple of other estheticians. So I knew from the beginning that this is something that I wanted to go and make a bigger thing. So I thought ahead, like, this is what I need. What all documents do I need to have a retail space? What tax documents, what forms do I need to file? A Schedule C, that's the document that I filed for my taxes for my first year. And if you make even under $400, you still have to do your taxes, and it's still a great form. You're kind of considered like a head of household or independent contractor. You can fill out a Schedule C as well. And I recommend getting a business advisor, most definitely, because I knew it was like an obstacle for me, because I was like learning different things every other week. Like, oh, I need this form. Oh, I didn't know I needed this form, and things like that. So I definitely recommend that. I recommend doing a budget plan. I have something called QuickBooks, so I keep up with all of my expenses and all my purchases, because that's what's going to make or break your business. Do you want to start off? What are the things you really have to have on day one, and what are things that you can kind of work up to once you build your client and things like that? Like, I knew for a fact I wanted my mainly most of my budget to go onto my products, and I knew I wanted my business to have a reflection of me. I like nice things, and I knew that I wanted my clients to have the best of the best. And you also want to make sure you start your business and have your business reflect you and what clients you want, because your business is going to reflect that. If you want to offer $50 facials and you want to just have people on a flatbed, you know what I'm saying, with the steamer, and you only have like one product and you're just rubbing oil on the skin, then that's what you choose to do. But I knew I wanted a certain clientele that was going to pay and reflect off my menu and be able to afford the services that I offer, and also to kind of go hand in hand with the product line that I suggested, because it's the product lines that I have are kind of in the middle. They're not too high and they're not too low. They're not low end, they're not high end, but they're affordable. And I do have some higher end products as well, but I knew I wanted to get that clientele that was going to go home and use their at home regimen. They were going to buy products, and they were going to come in every month and be consistent, because that's really what it is. You're not going to see changes in your skin unless you're consistent. So I do recommend you making sure when you get to that process of your menu and your pricing, please make sure you reflect off of the clientele you want. Also, I say reflect off of the experience that you have. I constantly take classes. I just recently took a class with DMK. I'm always doing educational classes and things like that to kind of set me apart and set me different from other estheticians here in Atlanta. Atlanta is known for beauty in the industry, and hair and makeup and skin. So it's a lot of people that do the same exact thing that I do here, but you have to kind of set yourself apart and what makes you different. So I definitely recommend that as well. And you also want to kind of decide which insurance you want to go through with. That's very important, protecting your things and your equipment, because you spent your hard-earned money on your things for your business, and you want to be protected at all times. I did start off mine with Progressive. They had an affordable rate. I will link that in the description below. But I know every insurance company has retail or commercial insurance, and I recommend that. You can literally get the general liability insurance, and it's typically ranges from like $30 to $50 depending on the coverage amount. I know mine covers about $1 million. I know everything in here is not $1 million, but that was like the bare minimum to coverage. So I knew I wanted to have some kind of insurance to protect my things, because that's just super important to have for a business. So just to kind of recap, you need to go ahead and pick your entity and your articles found, apply for your business or your LLC, get your EIN, and then go ahead and open up a business checking and savings so you can have that. It's so much easier if you have a business checking and savings account, because any purchases you make from that business card, it will automatically be there. So when it's time to do your taxes, you can literally just print out your statements and your reports. It's so much easier. I know I have all of my things connected through Square. Square is so much easier. I do not take cash payments anymore, because with tax purposes, it's so much easier to go ahead and do Square, because they kind of generate a report for you month to month. So after each month, you can just look at that amount of your reports of your gross sale, your net sales, and use that for your tax purposes. So it just makes things a lot easier, because I know you want to make sure you're putting up 30% of what you make a month, putting that to the side for tax purposes, and then making sure you have all your costs for like things for towels and things you need to repurchase, like headbands, products, barber side, things that you're going to kind of spend the most. I know I spend a lot of tissue, paper towels, things for the bathroom, wraps, fan brushes, things that can break and snap at any time, that you can kind of just order on Amazon really quick and get it back. You kind of want to have a savings account for those necessities that you need. Coffee cups, water, I provide, drinks and things like that. So you kind of want to have a budget for that. You want to have a budget for if you run out of products and things like that. And then, of course, putting aside your rent, your monthly rent, and your insurance. So those are things you want to kind of put to the side. And then after all of that, whatever is left, keeping that account, save. I don't pay myself right now. Like I said, this is a startup business, so technically I don't pay myself. I pay for everything I need in the business. I put up my 30%, and then whatever's left is mine. And that's how I'm doing it right now. Like I said, I'm still in my first year of being open, and I'm learning, and it's a learning process, and I'm just giving you guys what I've learned. And this is just part 1. My second part 2 will be my next video, and I will kind of include things like budgeting, QuickBooks, how to keep up with your receipts monthly, things like that, so kind of just stay organized. So that will be part 2. To this part 1 was just strictly like over the licensing and paperwork and things like that. So if you guys want to continue and follow my journey, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on social media at King of Gem Aesthetics. It's such a pleasure. I love being able to express and things that I learned and kind of pass it on to my up and coming future professionals, or my esties out there who just want to kind of learn the way I did it, because everybody learns differently. Go ahead and like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and follow the family. I love all my gems and gents out there, and stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.